Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. Gather, one man went to mill. We're 2 minutes late, but we're here nevertheless. Roll up, one man went to mill. We're talking the Igbo presidency this time around. One man went to mill. The runners and riders. One man went, say hello as you're coming in. Buhari has been a bad boy. Come, let's start. One man went to mill. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mill. Pardon me, I'm just trying to line myself up. You know how it goes. Hello, everyone. Say hello as you're coming in. Let's let's get to know one another. Let me put the hyperlink in here as well, so that if you want to come join me live on stream, then you can come join. So we're talking about possible Igbo presidency for 2023, the runners and riders. This is coming off the back of our conversations that we had yesterday about a possible Igbo president. So we're just looking at the names and the possibilities. So this is really what shapes this particular interaction. So this has to be a very interactive sort of a session because I have no prepped note. So really, it's just a matter of you really coming to engage with me. So you've seen the names. So what impressions do you have is the question. Who amongst those names would you say is a possible candidate for the Igbo presidency? So we'll just go through the names that we have already. So we have Peter Obi, of course, who is being vaunted as a possible Igbo president. We have Orji Kalu, who is being vaunted as a possible Igbo president. And we have quite a series of them being vaunted as a possible Igbo president. So we are looking through these names to see which of them actually sparks up and sparks to light, and just to see then how that would run. So we're even looking at Kanu. So we're looking at him as well as a possible president for 2023. So that's just the left field thing, because of course we're already clear as to what Nnamdi Kanu's position is. But really, as the build up to that 2023 starts to gather pace and the clamor for an Igbo presidency starts to take shape, we're now looking at the possible people whose name can be put forward. We're even looking at Jim Nwobodo. Is he still the leader of the Ohaneze Ndegbo, or the erstwhile leader of the Ohaneze Ndegbo, as a possible president for 2023? So however it goes, Jim Nwobodo will have you have the presidency come to Igbo land. So as you reflect on the names that you'd like to see put forward, let me just now put you a position. This is not Jim Nwobodo, by the way. This is not the leader of the Ohaneze Ndegbo group. This is actually Jim Nwobodo, who was a governor of Anambra State in the Second Republic. So this is what because I think it's Nneya Nwobodo that is the leader of the Ohaneze, isn't it? But this is Jim Nwobodo's opinion anyway that I'm about to bring you now. 2023 presidency belongs to Ndegbo, a headline attributed to Jim Nwobodo. So let's now see what the former governor has to say. Second Republic governor of old Anambra State, Senator Jim Nwobodo, has stated that the 2023 presidency belongs to the Southeast and no other region. He stated that ceding of the next Nigerian presidency to an Igbo man or woman was for the interest of justice, equity, and fair play, and urged all political parties to adopt Southeast as destination for its presidential candidate. So he is now moving quickly to have all of the major parties have Igbo candidate. Nwobodo, who spoke yesterday in his Enugu country home whilst receiving a chieftaincy title bestowed on him by the traditional ruler of Amuri ancient kingdom, stated that anyone who does not believe in 2023 Igbo presidency project does not wish Nigeria well. He said 2023 will be the turn of the Southeast to produce the Nigerian president. So I am calling on other parts of the country to support the project for the interest of justice, equity, and fair play. The Southeast geopolitical zone of the country deserves to produce the next president who will succeed President Muhammadu Buhari in the next political dispensation. According to him, as a nation existing under a tripartite arrangement of North, South, and East, it would be proper for other segments of the country to throw their weight behind the Southeast in its quest for Igbo presidency. Nwobodo expressed appreciation to the traditional rulers. Okay, so I think he just goes on. Let me see if he goes on to speak about it again. Meantime, posters of the immediate past Chief Judge of Anambra State, Justice Peter Umeadi, has flooded many states of the Federation in what a source close to him said was part of the sensitization exercise by those who want the former CJ to join the 2023 presidential race. So that's even a name that I'm not especially familiar with, Justice Peter Umeadi. So I'll spell the last name for you, Umeadi. So that's the last name. The posters have no political party on them, which the source said was deliberate because the timetable for the 2023 general election has not been made public. It is only to sensitize the people on the political ambition of the former chief judge. It is not a campaign period yet, and that is why the posters have no political party. But we can assure Nigerians that the former Chief Justice will be contesting for the president of Nigeria. So there you have it. Let's just see which party this guy is actually aligned to. Justice Umeadi joined the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, in 2019 after his retirement from the bench. He did not indicate the political office he was interested in, but the posters that have flooded the streets showed that he might, after all, be eyeing the nation's #1 political office in 2023. So a new name from the left field entirely, of course. So a new name from the left field entirely, of course, coming in. If you want to come join them, please come join. You know already that that is the real substance of it all. But let's just go to the comment section first to see what is being said. Michael, my friend, take our leader's name out of that of your useless list before thunder fire you. Another hand, the usual. Eagle 70, I have told you severally, leave Igbos alone. We don't need your presidency before you start causing our precious MNK. So that's another. So from the usual quarters, these are comments. Let's just see if anybody is actually saying anything different. Prince Alex, my friend, we don't want any Igbo president. We want Biafra. Okay, we want Biafra. We understand that. And please, let's take that we want Biafra as a given. But this is not essentially we want Biafra that we are looking to tackle. What we are looking to tackle is if there was going to be an Igbo president, and we take it as a given that people want Biafra, but then of course there are other people that also want an Igbo presidency. You cannot deny that that is something that exists out there, that some people want an Igbo presidency. So we are now saying that should we have an Igbo presidency, who are the likely names to be put forward? So that is what the conversation is all about. We're not saying you don't want Biafra. Everyone knows you want Biafra, but what we're talking about is the narrative of a possible Igbo presidency. So yes, I know I know that what I've just said would not mean anything. I will still just get the usual chanting from the Nzobu quarters, but really that is not the conversation. The conversation is not, do you want Biafra? The conversation is, who are the possible candidates for a possible Igbo presidency? So that is the conversation. So one of the names being mentioned, of course, is Orji Kalu. So now let's now see what his supporters have to say. So 2023, why we want Orji Kalu to be Nigeria's next president, a headline attributed to Northern youths. So now let's now see what the Northern youths have to say in support of Orji Kalu. Northern youths under the aegis of Coalition of Northern Nigerian Youths, CNNY, Thursday explained why they want former governor of Abia State and now Senator Dr. Orji Kalu to be Nigeria's next president in 2023. This was contained in a statement signed by their national coordinator, Salisu. So it goes on to list the names of the people who signed it, but I'm not going to go through that list. According to the coalition made up of Northern Youth Council of Nigeria, Association of Northern Nigerian Students, etc., etc., it has become absolutely imperative to write and urge Kalu to contest for the 2023 presidential election, which they believe he has the leadership acumen, capacity, dexterity, and contacts to be Nigeria's president. The statement reads in part, we are a coalition of Northern Nigerian youths comprised of Northern Youth Council of Nigeria, and then it goes on to list all of the people contained within, with the sole aim of advancing good governance, national unity, promotion of religious tolerance for peaceful existence, and the overall advancement of socio-economic development in Nigeria. Out of our curiosity and positive thought, it has become absolutely imperative to write and urge His Excellency, the former governor of Abia State and current chief whip of the Senate, distinguished Senator Dr. Orji Kalu, to contest for the 2023 presidential election, as we believe that he has the leadership acumen, capacity, dexterity, and contacts to govern a complex nation like Nigeria. We believe that his personality, foresight, leadership style, and experience will bring a lot of development and prosperity to millions of Nigerians. So these are words in support now of Orji Kalu, of course. I mean, I don't have to tell anybody that this is a bought and paid for quotation by some rascally students that this guy has bought and paid. So what are you guys making of it? And does anyone want to come on stream to come and come and join in the conversation live on stream is the question. If you do want to come and join live on stream, then that is the hyperlink to come and join. So let's see what is being said in the comment section so far. Kenneth comes in. Whoever that is talking of Igbo presidency is speaking for himself. They are simply seeking for their own selfish interest. So succinct, limited television. Nwobodo presidency, and he ends that with a question mark. Stan, he says, change the constitution first. Even Jesus, I'm not going to, so I'm going to put your remark up without having to read it myself. So he goes on to add, this is still Stan, change the constitution, a governor should not have immunity. And then Stan still goes on, somebody's trying to come in, but your device is not connecting. Stephen, if you can re-click on the hyperlink, then you'll be able to perhaps get a better luck. So Stan still comes back. He says, distinguished thief, O-U-K is okay, that's Orji Kalu is a thief. Well, all of them are thieves. Who amongst anybody that is possibly going to be the next president of Nigeria is not a thief, is the question. Rollin Schofield, he says, Nigeria is just like an orange that has been sucked and swathed. Being a president won't change anything. So being a president won't change anything, of course, but I'm sure it will aid your own personal fortune. So we have Ovi. Hello, Ovi, how are you?
Great, I'm great. I'm doing good. I'm sorry,
yeah,
just pop up.
Yes, you have a bit of echo. Can you put your headphone in so it's not bouncing back, and then introduce yourself and tell us where you're positioned? We're discussing Igbo presidency, and we're going through the possible runners and riders. We're discussing Orji Kalu at the moment. Jim Nwobodo, yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody that looks as young as you do, you probably don't know who Jim Nwobodo is, but Jim Nwobodo, not to be patronizing or anything, but Jim Nwobodo was a former governor of Anambra State under completely in another time, in space and time. So he is also agitating. So it's the agitation essentially for Igbo presidency and the possible names. So introduce yourself and tell us how you are positioned.
My name is Orji Kalu. To be precise, I'm actually calling in from Dallas. I'm a Nigerian, if you can tell from the name, from Edo State. Well, Igbo Presidency come 2023, I think it's rather too late, and I don't think it's something that is foreseeable in the nearest future for so many reasons. One being that politics is a game, but unfortunately, it's a game of life and death. And as far as Nigeria is concerned, the Igbos are not playing their game at all. They are not playing their game at all. First of all, you are just a section of the Igbo elite who are clamoring for this presidency. The young Igbos who are saying, well, we are tired of Nigeria, we need Biafra, we want to go. And while there are some other section of the Igbos who can't believe that, yes, we want to remain in Nigeria, but we need to be restructured. So they are everywhere. You can't win the presidency of a country such as Nigeria when even your house is not in order. If you look at the Northerners, for instance, they also have their own issues. But when it comes to the national table, they are always together. So talking about the Igbo presidency in 2023 is not something they don't even want it. That's just one thing. If they do, they won't go about it.
But Ovie, you cannot say that. You cannot say they do not want it, because they actually do want it. Because the Igbo setting, the Igbo scenario is a very complex scenario, and you have different, very strongly held belief system within that space. So you're saying they don't want it because, of course, off the back of this just relentless agitation for Biafra that we're all...
Just because you are talking about it doesn't mean they want it.
Of course they want it.
That's what I'm saying. You are talking about the president of 200 million people.
Exactly. Who wouldn't want that?
They want it. When you say they want it, talking about it is gone beyond talking about it. What proactive measure are they taking?
Well, the proactive measures that they are taking is that they are canvassing support from other sections of the country. Hold on, let me finish. I'll let you come back. They are canvassing support from other sections of the country, and they are also trying to pressure that blackmail or guilt trip to say that everybody has had a turn at the presidency apart from an Igbo person. So they are going through all the two legitimate fronts that they can go through. So using the pressure of never having had the presidency, we've had maybe one person, but two instances of Yoruba presidency, Obasanjo as a military head of state and then as a civilian. We've had countless Hausa Fulanis, but we've never really had an Igbo president. So they've been hammering that point, and then they are using that point to canvass other sections of the country to say it is our turn, and then they are trying now to promote names. So they are doing things. What says you?
That is not good enough. Just because you are clamoring that you've been, victimized, legitimately disfranchised. So I'm an Edo man. I can also claim the same thing, but that is not enough to say, okay, we're going to give it the president. When I say what are the proactive measures, I will use Bola Tinubu as an example. That is a man that means business. That is a man that wants to be president. They are just there complaining about the heel that has been done to them. That is a fact. Nobody's going to argue about that. But if you want a president, you want to become a president for countries such as Nigeria, when I say proactive measure, how many of these people are in the north right now bargaining. It's about give and take. What are you giving? If you are coming to tell me as an Hausa, as an Edoma, that I should support you as a president, what are you giving me? Why should I support you? Telling me that, oh, you've not had it since the beginning of Nigeria, that's not an excuse. I mean, as I said, Nigeria is a very complex one. Everybody can link claim to that. I have not been president before. What are you, when I say practical, what are you doing? How many Yoruba people have you conversed on your side right now? How many of the Igbos? How many of the Fulani? How many of the Edos? You people are just there in one city, in one zone, fighting yourself. Between these 4 people that you put on screen, none of them can actually sit down one-on-one and say, okay, I'm giving in this, let me step down for you. No, they can't do that. And if you cannot do that in the game of democracy, you can't move, you can't go anywhere. You will just be on the spot making noise.
Yes, you are. There are things that you said that I agree with, and as I often say, it's a complex one when it comes to the Igbo presidency.
Nigeria as a country is a very complex country.
Yeah, no, exactly. And even that micro space, the complexity of that micro space is enough of an example to just let you know how complex the Nigerian setting is. So different interests within the Igbo setting, as we've already said, you have the quarters that want Biafra, you have the quarters that want the Igbo presidency, and then you have the quarters that want restructuring, and you have the quarters also. These are usually the money people that will just support some malam and continue to collect their dollars. But what we are yet to identify, and what I am seeking to identify in the course of this interaction, is a possible Igbo champion. This is the question. You've mentioned Bola Tinubu, and that is the example that I've said. Bola Tinubu, he doesn't necessarily have the backings of the Yorubas. In fact, quite a lot of Yorubas hate that guy, but that doesn't stop him. That doesn't stop him. It is singular, is potent, and is charging at it with full force. He was in Kanu giving them bags of rice. He's in Katsina giving them money. Hold on, Ovie. Let me make the point, and then you can come back. You see, this is a guy that is already on the march. Don't forget, 2023, the campaign has started already, and
it's over already.
So he's already on the march. He's buying them up at the APC party. He's romancing them with bags of rice and money, the Talakawas in the north, because of course he knows that he has already bought and paid for Yoruba land. And if you can then capture the hearts and minds and the influence of the north, then he has the presidency. So he is already in the move. But my question is, the Igbo question, one, we know that they want Biafra, but we're not really talking about Biafra this time around, because of course there's also a conversation to be had about the Igbo presidency. So if we have that conversation about the Igbo presidency, which champion amongst the Igbos has the potency, the gravitas, the status, and the largeness of personality, like somebody like Atiku Abubakar, who has started his own campaign as well, Bola Tinubu, who has started his own campaign as well. But what we are hearing from the Igbo quarters is that it is our turn now, give it to us. So this is what I'm looking to. What says you?
That is what I said. They are not serious. They are not ready. You can't be asking, as I said, what are the proactive measures that you are taking? It's a game, and a game of power. Anything goes. It transcends emotions. At that level, it doesn't matter who you are, how you feel. What are you bringing into the table? How many people can you convince to be on your side? And as far as I'm concerned, no Igbo man is actually doing that right now. Instead, what I'm seeing that the Igbos are doing, they are actually seriously clamoring to be selected as a vice president. That's what I'm seeing they are clamoring for, not to be the number one guy. They are
second best again.
That's what
second best again.
As far as I'm concerned, that's what, and they may not even get it.
But this is the thing. Let me put you on the spot, Ovie. If there were to be an Igbo president, can you think of a name and put up like just a small little argument to defend that name? A lot of people talk about Senator Abaribe, who I like. I like his honesty and his presentation, but I don't think he's strong enough. But I don't know what you think. But can you think of a name, or you just don't think it's just total nonsense, the idea of an Igbo? What do you think? Can you come up with a name?
a name that transcends that region, that can actually be easily be sold to the northerners, to the. I don't. Peter Obi has been on the front of politics for past couple of years now, so it can easily be sold. Abaribe, yes, I don't know, because again, one thing we should understand that there is a correlation between campaign money and electability. So that's the angles where is this money going to come from to sell this person? Who is ready to put his million out there for this person? So
no,
Peter
hold on.
For me, I think Peter will be standout as it is at the moment.
Okay.
Peter will be standout.
Yes, yeah, I'll take that name because that was what I pushed you for. But just to the point that you are saying campaign money and electability and everything. When Buhari came in, he didn't have a penny to his name, but he has the name recognition and he has the potency in the northern region. So of course, Tinubu then went and took all of the money, at least not all of the money, but I'm being stupid. Yeah, hold on. We'll see you, Stephen. I'll come to you in a moment. So Tinubu just went and took 1% of the billions of dollars that he has looted from Lagos State, and he used it to make Buhari president, because Buhari didn't have money, but he has name recognition and he has status within the Nigerian space, especially in the north. Yes, but there you go. But who amongst the Igbos has that level of command is the question we're looking to land on. I'm happy for you to stay, Ovie, as we bring Stephen in. Stephen, you come in, mute yourself, Ovie, and then you can come back in as the conversation evolves. So mute yourself, and Stephen, come in, introduce yourself, and tell us where you stand in this conversation. I'd especially like to narrow you down to a name for a possible Igbo presidency, but introduce yourself and tell us where you stand.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be on this platform, and let me say some things before I give a name, so at least you will understand where I'm coming from also. Some of us should also go back. For example, I'm getting to 50. So I'm not a kid. There are things I've seen and I can relate to. When it comes to the Igbo presidency, in the first place, that shows that there is even a problem in the country. Do you think that if an Hausa man, a Yoruba man, a Benin man was in that position doing what he should do, I don't care where the person comes from. This Igbo presidency is a trap. If you noticed, one of my statements I made was, even if you gave Jesus, with all due respect to him, that position, he will also fail. The system has been designed to fail already.
Yes, I saw your comment, but I didn't read it because it was a bit blasphemous. Huh?
Okay. No,
you have to go and pray for forgiveness. But carry on, I'm only joking.
I'm happy you said that, because Jesus knows my mind also. God knows each and every one of, what we've got in mind. I will not insult my maker, Anyway, having said that, for starters, this country has been programmed and designed to fail. Do you know that we have 37 presidents? We don't have one president. Every governor is a president, is in his own right.
Yes.
The constitution has to change, first of all. Ovi, I see you nodding. I don't know, is that against or for?
No, hold on. Ovi, okay. you can come in a moment, but I have to say first, before you come in, I agree with what Stephen said, because constitutionally, every federating state within the Nigerian space is a mini sovereignty unto itself, vested within the country called Nigeria, but you seem to have it. So come off mute and tell us why you're shaking your head.
I wish is, it's the way you put it. Every governor in Nigeria doesn't actually have that autonomous power. They all answer to the number one, the most powerful president in the world, the Buhari. That's what makes him powerful. Buhari can sit in Nassau Rock and tell the governor of Edo State, say, hey, don't go to the restroom for the next 3 days, and it will happen. So, as much as I want to agree that the country is a mess, the constitution is more of a problem than anything you can think of. The governors, they don't actually have that power. What we are seeing is the citizens, the average Nigerian citizen, don't even actually have the power to say, okay, hold the governor responsible. After all, the governor, we can easily say, hey, I'm waiting for budget from Abuja. This is the federal government property. Blah 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 blah. So if you say this man have power, it will not be able. It won't be.
Okay, your point is as valid as Stevens, because I do take that point, and I especially take the point when you said Buhari is the most powerful president in the world.
Correct.
I have said that on this platform as well.
Yeah.
And when people say that, we're not saying that he has all the nuclear bombs to go and blow up the world. No, in terms of somebody that has total dominion over his own space, his own territory, the presidency, not just Buhari, but whoever, and it's a shame that Goodluck Jonathan, he did not use the full potency of that office because he was just too scared and too feeble. But
no,
the
constitution. To be fair to Goodluck, there's one thing we need to understand about Nigeria. Nigerian, there are people who own that country. We have a particular class of elites who are the decision maker.
Yes, we'll get to that. Let's not lose Stephen. So let's get Stephen land on his point, and then I know that you still have a lot to say. Stephen, carry on.
Yeah, let me ask you guys a question. How many weeks ago did Governor Wike give another state 500 million naira? In that same state, my bro, pensioners, teachers, and maybe labor people were even on strike. So I want to make all of us believe what I'm saying, that we have 37 presidents. I want us to stick to that point.
In that context, I'm with you.
I am based in Scotland. I'm speaking to you today from Scotland.
I'm with you in that context.
So when you hear how people dip their hands into the public purse and do as they wish, then you will know that these guys are very powerful. Let me give you a quick example. How many years ago did Obama, before he became a president, he was a senator, I think he was a first-time senator before he became a president. And the moment he started his campaign or something, his seat went vacant. Now, a governor of his state was caught trying to sell his seat on the Senate, as a replacement. He wanted to make some money off that vacancy. And I think it leaked and he got sacked. If that constitution, if the constitution of that country is not reversed, is not changed, anything we are doing is designed to fail. Coming to the name of an Igbo person to be governor, my brothers, a real Igbo man with a good intention to serve not just his people, but the country, will never smell that seat. It will be a stooge of the
North. But who is good enough by your reckoning?
For me now, Senator Eyinaya Hakot Abaribe is in my mind. You know why? For a man to stand up and be bold and speak the way he does, he does not have everyone has a skeleton in his cupboard, even both of you, even me, myself. But the reason he's bold enough to say the things he says and does what he does is because he's got no skeleton in his cupboard. If not, they will have shut him up a long time ago. So
Stephen, I agree. I agree with Senator Abaribe. I'm a huge fan of Senator Abaribe. Senator Abaribe, I'm a huge fan of. Naya Nwobodo, I'm a huge fan of as well. I don't always agree, but I pay attention when they speak because they speak with authority and they speak with experience and they speak above all else with intelligence. But do you not think that Senator Abaribe is too Igbo to be Nigerian president?
No, he's not. You know why? For some of us that I've given you my age, I went to a federal government college where I mixed with other people. And also, by nature of birth and everything else, I can see myself as a complete Nigerian that love good people. I don't care where you come from. I don't care where you come from. As long as you're good at heart, you are my brother. There are also people I know I will die for. There are Yoruba people I know I will die for. I even love them more than everyone. I'm Igbo, by the way. Benin people, I could name one or two people that will make me always love the place.
Including OV. OV is an...
oh, I already like Kwamsin. I like his hair. After I'm going to give you tips on my hair because I'm a bit confused to what, but I love your hair.
Well, I don't have that concern anymore.
No. Yeah,
my Abaribe is not a threat.
Sorry?
No.
I say he's not a threat. That's why he can talk the way he talks. He's not a threat.
No. And I also feel that Abaribe, as much as I like the guy, often in most instances, anytime I hear him speak, he's always speaking to Igbo interest. So that is why I was asking is it too
what do you
Igbo?
Expect when it's glaring that we are very marginalized. When I look at the Yorubas and the Benin people, I never see what they see.
But Tinubu never speaks to Yoruba interest.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Never speaks to Fulani interest, but Abaribe speaks to Igbo interest. You understand?
But you yourself, sir, all the things Abaribe brings up, is it not worthy to be brought up? Look at the
regarding the Igbos, though.
Sorry?
But regarding the things that he brings up that are wrong, they are wrong. But the things that he brings up that are wrong are mostly in 80% instances about the Igbos. This is the point.
But
so I'm asking, is it too sectional?
The senator is not saying anything new. Yeah, he's not saying anything new or something we've not heard before over the years. That's what I'm saying, that he is not a threat. If he's a threat, they would have shot him or found one thing, to put him on blast or expose him or whatever. He doesn't have that weight that when he speaks, that the political elite will say, we shit.
No,
that's why.
I disagree with you with that. Abaribe has the weight. Abaribe has what it takes. The only thing Abaribe does not have.
Does he have national reach? Does he have national reach?
That's the weight I'm talking about. He doesn't
because the weight is in Igbo land. Is the point.
Hold on. When you're talking about Igbo presidency now, it is not, because that is the way the country has been designed. Should it be other people's business if he has the weight or not? The issue here is bringing
president of Nigeria, not president of Igbo land. President of Nigeria.
What is Buhari as you say?
Oh no!
Let me tell you, there's one thing that Buhari has that, Stephen. There's one thing Buhari has that people take for granted. Buhari, as he stands today, is the only man, or among three men that I know from that country, that can boast of 10 million followers. Anytime, any day. When I mean followers, I don't mean Facebook, internet followers. I mean genuine people who go on the street and die for him.
Real fanatics.
He is one of three people I know that have that weight, and that's what you need in a democracy.
Who are the other two? Who are the other two?
I'm talking. The other two, unfortunately, are the religion leaders. We're talking about Adeboye. We're talking about Oyedepo. If these people say, "Hey,"
Nnamdi Kanu too.
Sorry?
Nnamdi Kanu has that strength of followership too. Maybe not in those numbers, but
Nnamdi has internet followers. See, that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between when I'm talking about followership, people that will actually come out for you and vote. People that you say, hey, don't drink water for the next 3 days. These people, their followers will do it. That's followership. Nnamdi Kanu, Showore, and the rest are millions, if not billions of followers on the internet. It doesn't count when it comes to you seeking to be a leader of the most populous nation in the world. It's gone beyond your grammar, your whatever. It's about your reach. You are talking about the likes of Tinubu. You are talking about the likes of the article. When those people speak, everybody listen, because their reach is so vast that whatever they say, it takes effect. So people can, the rest can stay online on internet and make all the noise. Somebody shows an example. Somebody travel the whole world. They know everybody around the world.
Let's narrow it down to topic, because we are actually trying to.
As the Igbo,
hold on, Ovi. Let me just make this point, and then let Stephen come in. Let's narrow it as much. I'm not saying don't go on, because what you feel passionate about is what we have to discuss. We can't just discuss something that doesn't interest you. But let's stay with topic as Igbo Presidency. This is really what we're looking at, and we're discussing Senator Abaribe at the moment, a man that we all, I think we all can say we all love him. But what we're saying is that is it too narrow a person, and is it too isolated within his own space to be a national president? And before I come to you, Stephen, the point that I am making is that I, as a Yoruba man, should I or would I feel confident under an Abaribe presidency? Because I certainly don't feel confident, and I even feel threatened now under Buhari's presidency. So is it going to be another sectional, tribal sort of presentation? That is why I'm asking if it has that reach beyond Igbo land. So Stephen, what says you?
Can I just recap that question? Because I think I'm not too sure if I understood. Are you asking me if Abaribe has the reach in Igbo land to be chosen?
Not in Igbo land. No.
In the country.
Yes.
Country.
Yeah, carry on.
Okay. Abaribe has the reach. Okay, but what is going to work against him is the financial side of things. And that is also the reason why he is who he is today. And let me expatiate on that. Abaribe was a deputy governor. Orji Kalu never gave him a breathing space because of some issues. Most especially, I think it had to do with inferiority complex. I was in Abia State University the first day these two guys stood up to talk to the students. When Orji spoke and Abaribe now spoke, the difference was glaring. But having said that, this same person has been in the same party all his political life. He has not jumped ship. Most of these guys you see are political prostitutes jumping from A to B.
Sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to come off screen for a moment, so just talk amongst yourself. Give me a minute. Okay. Yeah. So just...
Okay. Yeah, Ovie, like I was trying to say, Abaribe. In fact, let me go back a bit because Nnamdi Kanu was mentioned, and I wanted to avoid that side of the conversation.
Why you don't like Nnamdi Kanu?
Nnamdi Kanu, after Jesus, after my father that gave birth to me, the next, and after Odumegu, Ojukwu, the next one is gone. The next person in my life is Nnamdi Kanu. I am not an IPOB member. Let me make that clear. Which I have not paid a dime. But listen to all what that man has been saying for the 10 past years. Has it not come to pass over here? Even on our way, Bini, which is supposed to be one of the most peaceful places in that country. It never come on our side now. You don't come on our side.
That's another conversation for another day.
Okay, guys, let me actually bring you a different name because we are just going through the list of names now. So if you just stay on mute for a moment, and then I'll just bring you now this new name, and then we'll see what we're making of it. So we are discussing Igbo Presidency, and the name now that we're conjuring with is Peter Obi. Groups urge Peter Obi to contest 2023 presidential election. So a name, of course, that we always recall anytime that we are talking about ceding the presidency to the Igbo section. So it's one of the marquee names that they come up with. A socio-political organization, movement for the election of Nigeria president of Igbo extraction, wants Mr. Peter Obi to contest for the 2023 presidential poll. Obi was the vice presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in 2019 election. The group made the call in a statement issued by its national convener, Mr. Vincent Ezekweme, on Saturday in Enugu. According to him, the appeal is based on the national acceptance of Obi due to his prudent management of public funds and selfless service to various sectors of the economy, irrespective of state, religion, or ethnicity. The statement reads in part, Obi is a former governor of Anambra State, changed politics from transactional to transformational, and attuned himself as a servant leader to the people. It is pertinent to note that Obi is not only honest and transparent, but also humble, selfless, and fanatical when it comes to the welfare of the citizenry. It is on record that his renovation of schools, hospitals, and the empowerment of children, youth, and widows stand out in Anambra State till date. Obi is the person Nigerians need as their president in order to actualize Nigerian of our dreams, hope, and aspirations, he said. Ezekweme, however, reiterated his earlier appeal to all political parties to zone their presidential candidates to the southeast in the spirit of justice, equity, morality, and good conscience. It will be in the best interest of the nation to reenact the 1999 scenario in which the presidency was ceded to the Southwest to pacify the people over the annulment of the June 12 presidential election. The June 12 presidential election was clearly won by Chief MKO Abiola of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, he recalled. So that is now the argument now for Peter Obi. Peter Obi, of course, somebody, I am not the biggest fan. We have Who You Help joining us. So I am not the biggest fan of Peter Obi. I just don't find him, anyway, I'm not his biggest fan, but then, of course, there's an argument out there that is trying to promote his name as a possible candidate. So Who You Help, what are you making of it?
Good afternoon.
Hello and good afternoon.
Yeah. I think we are still going to be in a doomed society when we started to zoom our presidencies, like the South, the West, the East, the North, and then all these zone. Like, how can you blame Buhari if he doesn't do anything? Because what all the politicians are singing now, oh, we have to zone the presidency. And then when you give somebody a fish, he will eat it the way you will not like it. And then you can't blame him because you are the one that gave him that fish. But if that person come out and contest and say, this is what I'm going to do for the people, then it's both for the people now to decide. There is primary election. Nigeria, I said it this way, until we find someone who will actually come out and tell Nigeria, I want to be a president and I want to rule for this reason. But what we are finding out in Nigeria right now, we don't find that person. Only what we find is someone, the caucus will just bring someone. Oh, this would be the right guy to rule Nigeria. This would be the right man to rule Nigeria. Yeah. This is the right guy to rule Nigeria. How can you tell us this is the right guy to rule Nigeria? Let him debate. We will tell them in their primary. They will debate. Then we will come to the election time. They will debate again with the opposition party. But this one, nobody is debating. Our president did not debate in the second term election in 2019. When they were asked, look, can you imagine that lady that asked them questions? The lady should run away from Nigeria now just because she was asking a fact. What would the president do in his second tenure? There is no proof. The president cannot say anything, what I will do and everything. So that's why we will continue to be in this mess. I'm not in support of this rotational presidency. I think that is, I don't know how to put it, but for me, I don't support that.
Okay, let Stephen come in. Stephen, unmute yourself.
Thank you. Coming to what Who You Help said now, if you people followed the Lagos gubernatorial debate, you people will know that the person that should be on that seat now should be the man called Badamosi. I've forgotten his first name. Is it Tunde Badamosi or so? When you listen to that gubernatorial debate, he not only said, I will do, he equally mentioned how he will do what he said he would do. So it's not just saying, sitting down there and saying, I will do this, I will do that. How will you do those things? When the people that have got ideas are not given power, but the people that don't even have anything in their brains are the ones that end up having that power. So that is what is going wrong in this country, a country whereby the Supreme Court now appoints governors on behalf of the people. Then why are we even doing elections? Do you know how we suffer during election year? People die, money is hidden to kind of to subdue the people, and the rest. So it got to a stage I was even against election, because at the end of the day, the people that are meant to win do not even get there in the first place. But people end up dying. People withhold people's salary money for war chest to be used during elections. I've said my own piece. Thank you.
Just before I go to Ovie, Stephen, what are you saying? We've come up with the name now, Peter Obi. Just give us a brief opinion on Peter Obi, then we go to Ovie.
Peter Obi is a very intelligent man. Give it to him. And when he ruled Anambra State, when he was the governor, I think he set a bar. He set a standard. Now some states are lucky in the sense that even though they don't really get the full weight of what leadership should be, but at least when one person goes there and sets a standard, others follow. In my own state, Abia State, we have been very unfortunate. Lagos should be bigger than what it should be today. But people think because of the little things they do there, that's fine. Lagos has what it takes to be another Singapore.
Okay, we all agree with that. Like that. I was going to go to Ovie, but I think he stepped off screen for a moment. So I'll go to the comment section. Ovie, just give us a brief thought, and then I'll go to the comment section to see what people are saying.
I think there's a reality aspect of this that we are not even, put into consideration. We're all being emotional about it. We like this guy, we don't like this guy. As I said, there's a correlation between electoral funding and electability. It's everywhere. It's politics everywhere in the world. I'm here in the state right now. I'm calling from Dallas. It's about who is sellable. To me and you, yes, Peter Obi is very, all of them are very educated, very eloquent, their delivery and what have you. But at the end of the day, there are people who makes the decision, and it's not me and you. These are people who believe they have more higher stake. The business elite, the military elite, the religious elite. These are the people that actually make this decision that me and you, because at the end of the day, they will present two people for me and you to vote for. We don't really have a choice. We don't have a say. So who is more sellable among these candidates we are putting forward? And I keep saying it's Peter Obi. I said that because he's been on the national front for a minute. This is a man who was in a ticket 4 years ago, 3 years ago, back past election. So he's known. So it's very easy for you to sell this guy outside his own zone. And again, if you want to compare in terms of record, this is a man who has been a governor for 8 years. Just as if I want to go by what Stephen says, that for Nigeria we have a 37 president. So in his word, Peter Obi was one time a president of at least of a state for 8 years. So he has more national reach than every one of them. But at the end of the day, who will say pass? Who am I going to put out my $1 billion, $1 million to support? I'm not going to put it on Abaribe because he has a very, way of delivering his speech, or is very beautiful. At the end of the day, if I go to Borno, if I go to Dumbwa local government in Borno, who do they know among these people? It might likely go to be Peter Obi. If I go to my village in Osuso today, it might likely be Peter Obi. So that is one thing that is more that what these elites are looking out for first before every other thing comes to the table.
Okay, Ovie, let me just bring out a few more names that are in play. These are some of the names that people are conjuring with. So we actually know the selection that we're selecting from. So these are some of the prominent names and premier names of Igbo extraction that people are putting forward for possible Igbo presidency. So the names are Peter, Dr. Onu Ogbonaya, that is one name that people are talking about. Then, of course, Peter Obi, that we have already mentioned. Dr. Chris Ngige, who is a new name now that's coming into the mix. Rochas Okorocha, people are talking about as well. Dave Imahi of Ebonyi State, people are talking about. Uzo Kalu, people are talking about. Ike Ekweremadu, people are talking about as well. And Senator Eyinaya Abaribe, people are talking about as well. Governor Ifeyin of Enugu, people are talking about. Senator Nnamdi Uba, people are talking about. And of course, a name that we have not yet mentioned, but if we're talking about people like Peter Obi, we definitely should be talking about it. This is one of my own personal favorites, Professor Kingsley Moghalu. We have not yet discussed him as well. So that is pretty much the mix. We might still be missing out some names. And what I want to throw in as a joker is the possibility of also an Nnamdi Kanu presidency. So that is what says you?
Even Nnamdi Kanu himself will reject it. You say, how can you say Nnamdi Kanu should come and be a president to a zoo? That's an insult. That's an insult to his personality.
An animal.
He can sue you for just even bringing up the name in this equation.
Yes, I just brought that in as a joker. But those are the names. What about Kingsley Moghalu? We've not really talked about Kingsley Moghalu, but he presented himself very well in 2019. What would you make of
Kingsley Moghalu did not presented himself. He was presented to us by the likes of, again, the elite, Obasanjo and the clique. But I mean, you don't see how now, we've seen it. You don't test the water, we'll see how far he has gone. So he coming out again. Of course, there's nothing wrong with him coming out again, but you know where he go. I don't think he can even.
But if we are narrowing it that he has to be an Igbo, then his name is a real contender.
As I said, it's just because you want us to, just leave the conversation on Igbo presidency, because for me, I don't see Igbo man being a president in the nearest future with the way they are going about the whole thing.
I don't either. I don't either. There's very little chance of that ever happening. We're just really speculating. Yes.
Let's not there yet.
And I don't think we're even anywhere near there. Let's see what people are saying in the comment section, since most of our panelists have stepped off the screen.
I think to me,
I'm still here, but I'm doing something in my kitchen.
Yeah.
I think for me, Erufai is still my front runner as it stands today.
Is it your favorite or your front runner?
Favorite? I don't get favorite. I don't know any of them. It's not like favorite, but as the case that I know.
Okay, let's put you on the spot. If it was down to you, who would be the next Nigerian president?
If it was down to me,
just a name would do. Yeah, don't go around the houses. Just give us a name.
No, you have to give me premises on why.
Give us a name and then back it up. If it was down to you, so we're not narrowing it to regions now. You have free reign out of the entirety of the country. If it was down to Ovie to pick the next president, who would you pick and why?
I think I will do it this way. I'll go two ways. The more realistic one that I know that it can really happen, and the one that in my own imagination. In reality of the way things are right now, the way Nigeria is set up right now, I think Erufai is the next anointed prince to be. But for me, if you said I should pick one Nigerian that can actually make things happen, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. Let me, I don't know. Yeah, because they're all the same right now. I mean, I don't know. It's
you know, if because I'll put you on the spot, so I'll answer that question as well, and I'll invite others to answer. I know we're diverting a little bit, but still within the. If it was me, I would probably pick either Tinubu or Atiku. So yes, Tinubu and Atiku, yes, corruption. I mean, that's the first thing that people think when they think of these people. But Tinubu and Atiku, in terms of just what we have within the Nigerian landscape at the moment, and I'll put Ambode in there as well, but Ambode is so far down the line that is not really a realistic possibility. But in terms of being nationalistic, in terms of being dynamic, in terms of being forward-thinking, people like Tinubu and Atiku, they have that scope. They have that scope far and beyond somebody like Buhari, certainly, and maybe even somebody like El Rufai, because El Rufai sometimes he says things and you think it's absolutely brilliant, and then sometimes he says things that reveals his ethnic coloration. Like he will tell you that anybody that does anything against Fulanis is a crime that is repayable, even if it's 1,000 years. So it's operating with threats and carrot and stick sort of approach. Remember what he did during the last elections, that he was saying to international observers that they will live in body bags if they report that the elections was being badly run. So it's just one of those people that you are not really sure. And he had this chance as well, El Rufai. When Obasanjo was going to leave power, it was actually El Rufai that they anointed to take that post. So they anointed him to take that post to the point that everybody was begging him. Even Tunde Bakare, that pastor, he went to Kaduna to go and beg him to say, well, he was trying to show off and he was needing, and then they just abandoned him when he was just trying to be too much of a flirt. And then they went to Yadua. So he's had his slot and he did not take that opportunity. So I think he's just trying to reach back to get that. So you make a comment and then we'll go to who you help.
No, I think when you say El Rufai have that opportunity and he lost it, then you're beginning to mention names that actually front that dream or idea. Those are people who don't count. You're talking about the Bakari and go, I mean, they don't count when it comes to, matter of power in Nigeria. When those people don't count. So, and those are the same thing that is also working against Atiku. I think for me, I don't think Atiku will ever become president of Nigeria. He has gone as far as he can ever go, got into already. Being a president of Nigeria, as I said, you have to appeal to a very small section of the population, which is the elite. As today, the military elite still have the upper hand. They are still, the lives of Babangida is still alive. T.Y. Danjuma, Obasanjo, these are men who still have the grips of this country, who determine who becomes the number one.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
No, it's not that.
No, again, not anymore. Because during the last election, we saw the back of. No, hold on. During the last election, we saw the back of Tinubu's, not Tinubu, Obasanjo's influence broken. Because Obasanjo, he thought he was the anointer of the Nigerian space because he had been anointing for so long. But he went one way, and the powers in situation, they went the other way, and they broke the back. It was demythified for me in that 2019 election. But hold your thought. Let's have who you help come in, and then you can come back again. Who you help?
I don't have an answer to your question because I don't see. I think if we have to be realistic, like who will move Nigeria forward, not who will become Nigeria president. They can went anywhere and bring anybody to become Nigeria president. that would be just for another 4 years for people to cry and scream their head off. So for me, in our political elite or anybody that is in politics right now in Nigeria, I'm saying this, in the next 10 years from today, mark it somewhere, if Nigeria did not break tomorrow, for example, if Nigeria did not break up tomorrow, in the next 10 years, Nigeria will remain stagnant the way it is now, because there is nobody that went to politics in Nigeria that actually had something in his mind or in his brain, like, I want to do something. what they are looking for is, you know, people always say, oh, they want to stay in power. They want to grab the power. They want to do this. I said, no. These people just want to be relevant in society. The power, they are not going to use it for anything good. So for me, I don't have any name.
Who you at?
But what's greater relevance than actually doing something good? Because when Buhari leaves office, after all the noise has settled, people will look at that railway from Lagos to Ibadan, and they will say that was during Buhari's time. They will look at the second Niger bridge, and the Igbos will say, out of everything, he did this, this was done during his time. And they will look at that Fulani railway that is building for his people, and they will say, this is what he did. So you are saying they're seeking relevance, but these are actual infrastructural things that will remain in situation long after he's gone.
Can I come in?
No, hold on, Ovie, because that was put to who you let him come back and then you come in. So off you go.
Thank you. You know, we that is talking in this panel, most of us live in the Western world. And we saw how things have been done in the right way. You know, the track from Ibadan to Lagos actually has already been, at least 80% of it has already been completed by Jonathan regime. It's not and then we should understand these things that many things they are doing in Nigeria today, there has already been a structured debt for many years. It's not like they just started something now. Look at Lagos Tram. Lagos Tram. How many years will it take them to construct it? And I'm living in Finland, and there is a local government in Finland who constructed their tram under 3 years. Under 3 years, and Lagos State has been constructing there for other 5, 8, 9, 10 years.
That has been since Jakonde. That was actually Jakonde, sir.
Yeah, my point is this. Buhari did not start the project. The project was already there. So yes, we can say he completed, because one of those things is this in Nigeria. We keep on loving somebody who we think he did something great, and no any of them has done something great, because we have used to abandon projects. We have used to abandon projects. So when somebody did a little thing and he stole, and if, for example, 100%, he did 10%. We freak out. Oh, he has done great things. For me, I don't see them doing anything good, because when you are going to that office.
Let's be fair to this to our citizens, to the politicians. Let's be fair to them from this perspective. The problem we are having currently in Nigeria is the Constitution. The Constitution is not appealing to the average Nigerian citizen. Matter of fact, it doesn't even recognize us as a citizen. So I think we started the program by saying, regardless of who you bring today to become the president of Nigeria, even though Jesus Christ himself, to become president of Nigeria today, he no go do anything. He's not going to perform beyond what is happening right now, because these men are actually, they are not acting outside the Constitution. That's one thing we need to understand. We all agree about how powerful the president of Nigeria is. It's based on the Constitution, of empowering to do and undo. And we, the ordinary citizen, we are so much, far away from reality of politics that it's hard for us to even hold our immediate representative responsible. Our ward councillor, we don't even know that we can actually work to this. Whoever is our own responsible. So the Constitution empower these people to do and undo, to the point that they don't even care no more. So even if we flush out all these people who are in power right now and bring set of new people who to still operate on this Constitution, is the same thing over and over again.
What you are describing is what they call Stockholm syndrome. That is what we have in Nigeria. It's like a victim mentality, so that the victim have been so victimized and so traumatized that they have the sense that they actually love their oppressor. So it is Stockholm syndrome that we have in Nigeria. I'll let who you help come in just to make a brief comment. Then I'll go to the last to the comment section, and then there's a final angle that I want to add, which is Nnamdi Kanu's spin on the whole thing, because of course we cannot talk about the Igbo region without mentioning Nnamdi Kanu. So I'll go to Who You Help, go to the comment section, then go to that article. So Who You Help, off you go.
My point is this, is that Ovi actually was saying that the Nigeria president has enough power. We cannot blame the politicians. Let's put it this way. Everything we blame them. Do you know why? Who wrote the Constitution? The Constitution can be amended. So why the politicians are not, the Senate are not sitting down, or the legislature are not sitting down to amend the Constitution? For example, I'm coming. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Hold on. Let him finish.
I'm sorry. Let me finish.
Yeah.
This is the mentality where you they see shop, but they shop you join the whole thing where they shop. Even though, do you know the Constitution actually allowed them to feed us, but yet they are the one that is killing us, not the Constitution. The Constitution still give them free hand. For example, you are saying about the Constitution. Is the Constitution tell them not to fix our roads? Is there no budget for that road?
No,
There's a budget for the road.
Who You Help, he is right. The biggest problem we have in Nigeria is the Constitution, because you have to understand the average human instinct is to exploit and take advantage for himself. So if the Constitution insulates the Nigerian person from this level of exploitation, then it would not happen. If the Constitution makes it the case that the president has to go and account to the Senate every single time, then the Senate has the sense that they can hold the president to account, then that would then force performance out of that presidency, because the institution has facilitated for that. If this institution allows for, hold on, Ovie, if the institution allows for checks and balances in terms of managing the structures of the country, then the policy positions of the Constitution will make it so that it will be very difficult, if not near impossible, for somebody to act the way that Buhari is acting, with absolute impunity. But because the Constitution facilitates for impunity, then we are now relying on the goodwill of the person that is sitting in position to do the right thing, because the Constitution has not embedded within it the policy positions and the checks and balances to ensure it. So the worst that the Constitution can get is what is manifesting now with the Buhari administration. So Ovie, come in, then I'll go to comments.
See, let's face the fact, we are human beings, right? Today, if I give you a job, make you do, right? I say, hey, take care of these 5 people, make them do their job well for me, right? I just leave you an innocent. I come around, I see some mistake there. I don't go talk anything. You, as a human being, automatically, you will be, in a way, you will begin to behave the way if you don't care what those people do. And that's exactly what is happening. You understand? When I say, where do they chop? Now, these people go sit down for us, give and take, they make 100 million a month, right? And you will be citizen, you come to say, come on, how come this man go just sit down there, they make money like that? Instead of making rally around your fellow citizens and call them to order, you know this, you hear that complain. If you complain, they call you go once and they give you something, a job. Now, when I say the Constitution got everybody, including the judges, the police, and everybody. A senator will go, the person will give money, you can work for your Constitution, chop that money, right? You don't talk anything. You don't complain. You don't carry and go court. Understand that even if you carry and go court, if you find a way out, but at least you carry and go court. But we know they complain. Instead, we they call Buhari. I understand say the Constitution empowers so much. We they call Buhari. Imagine you will be senator, they give you money to go dig well for your village. You know do and you chop the money. Your village, instead of making contract, they drag Buhari. As if Buhari is the problem. So, but again, this you are able to do that because nobody could come into question. Nobody answers. So that's what is continue. It don't reach to the point so that we come begin to say, come, we are not moving forward because what is supposed to come to us is not coming to us. But instead of we sit down rally around and say, how do we get these people into action? Because as I said, if you carry senator go court, you go grab the judge, you go grab the police because they are all one. But as it is now, until we make it it is us against them, the constitution is to work for us, but it's not working. And with the clamor saying that them go change, and it is going to be very, very impossible for them to change it. As I said, it is a game. Don't forget that most of these people finance their way in. However they do, and they have to pay back. Because how are politics being written? You understand? How did they write politics? Person like Dangote, if he sponsor 5 to 10 senators or even the president.
Okay, we're going into new territory now.
They have to find a way to make sure they find the politics that fit this way of life.
Okay, I think we get the point. Let me go to the comment section, see what people are saying, and then we'll probably take one more story and then we'll seek to round it off. So this is what Kennedy is saying. The truth is that Fulanis will never allow Igbo man to become president of Nigeria. Did you not hear what Senator Abaribe said? How do you think the person who couldn't allow you to be his gate man? So I think we know what he's saying there.
Why should they allow them though? Why will I allow you? This is a game. Why? Don't take calm. It's not nowhere in the world that power is given. You have to take it. However you want to, go about it and take it. If you say me, then give me. I don't want me, then give me presidency too. I deserve to be president of Nigeria. They don't give anybody. Go get it. The Fulani are just playing the best of the game. They are just playing their game. Say me, they allow me, they no give, and they no go give you. Why they go give you? Who you be? Are you better than Ifoma? Are you better than Doma? Are you better than Ekitipe? Are you better than a thief person? No. Go play the game and get it. That's what Yoruba. That's what is doing.
Hold on, Ovie. What you just said now is what El Rufai, who is your friend now, he has been saying this for a long time. He's saying that young people want to take over governance. Sectional people want to take over governance. Nobody is going to give you the governance. You have to find a way to take it, because nobody that is sitting as president is willing. Look at all over Africa. We just had it in every single country. Uganda, for the 5th time, the guy is in situation, and he will continue to be in situation until somebody finds a way to make him.
The question you need to ask: how did the man in Uganda get to power? How did Seveni?
It came in via military coup.
He took it. I live in America today. The last election in America was taken.
Look, the same thing just recently repeated in Djibouti. The guy is now president for the 5th time. You know, in fact, the whole of Africa is essentially the same.
With the removal of Africa. In America, the last election, the Democrat went all out, everything necessary to take the power. You don't get power by sympathy. No.
Let's just go through the comments. Let's just go through the comment section because we are pressed for time. So if you keep yourself on mute and I just read through quickly what people are saying. So Pascal, Indigbo doesn't want any Nigerian president. It's only the corrupt Igbo politicians canvassing for president, not Igbo populists. So you're speaking your view, but of course you cannot speak for the entirety of the Igbos. Rollins Schofield, the way they are stealing from Nigeria is like a house on fire. Biafra don't need war. Nigeria is on a free-for-all. It will collapse soon. So those are your thoughts. Olamide, good afternoon. Olamide with a thumbs up. People are chanting the name Abaribe. And when I say people, I mean Stan. He's said Abaribe 3 times. So that is his own champion. Rennie is putting forward the name Peter Obi. So we've just gone through Peter Obi. Omo, I'm not going to attempt your last name, but criminals on rampage. So that is his thought about the whole thing. Rennie comes back to just force the point on Obi. Peter Obi is the most doer and humble. So that is his or her assessment of Peter Obi. Joe, una no get topic today with a hissing sign off. Rennie comes back. The Northerners are going to be east to frustrate. They are going to the east, that should say. The Northerners are going to the east to frustrate the Yorubas and keep them out of power. And Kalu will not go after their looting. So there's very little chance. In fact, there's 0 chance of Orji Kalu ever being the president of Nigeria. By my own reckoning, Pascal, Senator Abaribe.
President.
Huh?
I go first and become president.
I mean, not even in his own parlor will he be president. I think it's even his wife that is supervising him at home. Never mind being a president of Nigeria. Pascal comes in. Senator Abaribe always speaks for the interest of the entire Nigeria and not Igbo alone, Mr. Presenter. Biafra, on your analysis. So that is that person now trying to call me to caution that I'm saying that Senator Abaribe is too sectional to be the president of Nigeria.
Abaribe never get title from the North. Until then, they will go put that into the equation. As of now, he's not in the equation at all. He has no title from the North.
There you go. He has to go. He has to go and speak to Fani Kayode to tell him where they are buying the, because they are always giving Fani Kayode title. So he has to go and speak to.
Is this Stephen that was complaining that Wike has giving 500 million to the Northerners? That is the man that wants to go close to the presidency.
There you go. That is politicking. So China chimes in. You, the anchor, is more sectional than Abaribe. Please let everyone go its way. Nothing can make us one. So that is that person.
Where did they go? Where are they going?
Yeah.
We are Pan-African. We are
you see, my argument, some of my feedbacks to some of my responses to this Biafra agitation is, when you get the Biafra, are you then going to uproot Igbo land and move it, let's say, next to China or Malaysia or England or something? Because even if you get the Biafra, you'll still be living in cheek by jowl, in next to the people that you have now extricated yourself from. So the Yorubas are not going to suddenly move to another continent, move their land. So there's a lot in the mix. But let's go to the comment.
The true freedom of any black man anywhere in the world lies in Pan-Africanism. We have to find a way to have one economy, one military, and one government. Until then, we nothing go happen. So when they say we won't go, so where you they go? I don't understand. Put that energy to make sure we have one Africa. Nobody say I won't go. I mean,
that's a different topic, and we might well tackle that one Africa mindset in one. But let's go to what people are saying. Rose and Charles, presenter is an Igbo hater. I don't bother with him, but you have made the effort to watch and make a comment. So at least thank you for that. Ali Luis, who is Buhari? Well, Buhari is the Fulani president of the place that Nnamdi Kanu will tell you is a zoo. Book of Rebellions. Yeah, those duped Buhari followers are mainly. No. What he is saying, because you referenced that Buhari has 10 million strong following. So I think this is what Book of Rebellion is referencing, that essentially that 10 million, they're just one homogeneous type of person, which is your fundamentalist Talakawa Amaderi sort of element.
They are getting the job done.
Yes, the dirty and the dusty.
Yeah, they're getting the job done. So I have to classify them fine.
Yeah. Roses and Charles comes back. Topic is dead on arrival. Well, we are an hour and a bit in, so it looks as though some people are interested. Sally Health Clinic, Bola Tinubu as followers. Why will surprise? I don't know what that means, but if you want to read what that Sally and make that comment again, honor near Nwobodo that was praising Governor Wike shortly after Obigbo massacre. So, like I said, there's just so many dynamics within the Igbo setup, as by extension, the Nigerian setup, as Ovie pointed out earlier in the interaction. Ali carries on. Buhari of 1960, you want him 2021, you be mumu. I don't think, well, this is the thing. And that is the romance, by the way. People have romantic notions of Buhari when he was the military head of state, and they were saying that was a no-nonsense person, and they were expecting him to continue to be that no-nonsense person when they brought him back in 2015. But not only had time elapsed and this guy waned in health, and he was very ill even in 2015 when they brought him in, but the dispensation is also completely different, because you're asking him as a military man who is very singular in the way that he acts, to come and act under a democratic dispensation, which is a completely,
Again, that was in the 80s. The guys who are in charge now are the class of 66. So they have a different mentality. That's why I said, when you are saying Obasanjo, somebody say Obasanjo did not arrive. No, Obasanjo stand as the international speakers of class of 66. He is very relevant. He's the only one that still traveled to America, London, and do that underground negotiation. Babangida can't do that anymore. So he is still very relevant.
In terms of precedents, and I'll just make this point, and I'll just, with your permission, Ove, I'll just like to reel through the comments quickly, and then I'll do a round robin so that everybody can just have their final thoughts. Just in terms of Obasanjo, for me, and anybody can respond to this if they want, for me, like him or hate him, the person that still presents presidentially amongst all of the presidents that we have had in Nigeria is Obasanjo. Obasanjo commands respect throughout the entirety of the African space and globally. So they still reference him. Even if you go to Uganda, they call him Baba. If you go to Kenya, they call him Baba. If you go to anywhere, they call him Baba. And if there's matters needing to be settled in any African country, the first person they put that phone call to is to Obasanjo, because they know that all of the parties involved, they have some form of semblance of respect for Obasanjo. So he cascades the entirety of that region. But we go on to what Rennie is saying. We have to be realistic. Northerners will only vote for their stooge or the party that presents a northern candidate. So this is something that is out there. So I'll just leave that as a comment, and then people can reflect on it. Chinua comes back. Abaribe is loved by majority of Igbos, but Tinubu is not loved by majority of Yorubas. You cannot impose who love than who we Igbos love, not less. We want Biafra, period. So I can gather from what you're saying, and we did mention this. I think maybe Ovie might have mentioned this, or myself, that yes, Abaribe, in terms of popularity, he's well loved by the Igbos, and Tinubu, of course. The average Yoruba person detests Tinubu, but the point that people are making is that in terms of political calculus, sagacity, and strategizing, Tinubu is a colossal sort of being, and is cascading the entirety. He doesn't really care so much if you like him or don't like him, because he knows that the presidency of Nigeria is transactional, and that transaction is done in greed. So you have sub-nations that you go to their leaders, either give them money or whatever, and then with that singular act, you get the entirety of those people. So if it goes to the leaders of opinions of thought amongst the Hausas, 3 or 4 of them, and convinces them of what he wants, then he gets that entirety of that space. So that is the negotiations that is going on. So it's not so much Abaribe is popular amongst the Igbos and Tinubu is not popular, but really who has the political capacity for strategizing to maneuver that landscape and emerge as the president of the space. So that is really the point. Yeah, go on.
To those who are singing praise of Obasanjo that is well loved, I understand that. But one thing, to me, there's no difference between Obasanjo and Buhari. As a matter of fact, I was able to give Buhari credit more for one area. People seem to forget that Buhari and Obasanjo is loved within the international community today because of what it did in Bakassi. Buhari ceded part of Nigeria to another country. Nobody is talking about that. The Northerners understand that, and that is what they are still holding on to. That's why their voice is too strong when it comes to Buhari allowing Fulani to come inside from other nations. Obasanjo ceded parts of Nigeria away. Buhari was opening up Nigeria for his own people to come. So however you want to say it, we have to look at this. We should be a nation that is expanding, not a nation that is ceding part of his own people away. That's what Obasanjo did. Obasanjo went to the international and said whatever decision they had.
Hold on, Ovie, just for reasons of pressure of time, I'll read this next comment and I'll come to who you help, because it looks as though this is actually pointed at who you help, although the person didn't expand on it, and you can see it on your screen as well. Who you help, that is not going to happen. So the person has not said what is not going to happen, but whatever you did say, who you help, somebody is insistent, Sally is insistent that it's not going to happen. What says you?
My point is this: we keep we keep praising these people like they are doing the right thing when they are in a power. For me, I don't see we should be laughing, and we should take what we are saying seriously when we are discussing about this issue. It's not a joke. When you say both of these two people, they are criminals. Buhari is a criminal and is a killer. Obasanjo is a killer, and then we should put them in that space. When you know, Fela said it in a very good way. He said you call them money laundering. You don't call them money laundering. You call them only thief. You call them thief. You call them their real name. Don't paint it like you are okay. You are saying this now like Buhari has done great things for open Nigeria border porous, and then they are killing people. Do you know people that Obasanjo killed in what is it called? What is this place? Ogoni.
If I'm
not Delta State. Yeah, in Ogoni. People that Obasanjo killed in Ogoni. People that Obasanjo killed in Ogoni. Can you compare them to the havoc Buhari Fulani that is coming all over Nigeria, all over Africa is committing now?
If I want to go by your standard, if you kill one person, you kill. So it doesn't matter.
That has to be the standard.
Don't justify that.
I am not justifying it. I am just comparing. You are praising. Somebody is praising Obasanjo, how he's being loved international community. So I was giving a reason why he's loved. You understand? He see that part of Nigeria away.
No.
You understand? Yes.
No, the point is this. When we are talking about the situation in our country, for example,
again, no. See, I started by saying it's sad that politics is a game, but it's a game of life and death. There is no president anywhere in the world that you will not accuse of all these things you are accusing. Even the Obama that everybody is praising or whatever, some sexual part of the world, including me, I say accuse him of killing Gaddafi and his people.
No, so he's a war criminal, Obama.
Leadership. That comes with leadership. You understand? It's something you cannot avoid, but how do you minimize it is what we are talking about. I'm saying that Obasanjo is loved international because he's the part of Nigeria to the international community. Why the Buhari administration decided to open up Nigeria for his people to come? Fine, is it good or bad? That can be debated, but trust me, we are not even going to feel the reality of what Buhari is doing.
When we talk about Nigeria, we should debate what is right for Nigeria. We should not debate what people are saying about Nigeria that is not right or that is good. We should debate how the country can move forward and the country can get better.
The country can only move forward when we change our constitution. It's not going to move forward when we still keep working with this 1999 constitution.
Okay. So how do you change the constitution?
We, the citizens, have to rise.
No. You as a citizen cannot change the constitution.
So how do you? We have to rise. We have to rise in one accord and demand that. We have to rise in one accord and demand that change. That's what I'm saying. Because we can't leave it to them to change. Who's going to change it if not we? Who's going to change it?
Hold on.
The discussion has gone for 20 years.
Hold on. If you put yourself on mute for a moment and you two, will you help? We are both saying the same things, but coming at it from two different angles because, of course, you are both headed in the right destination, which is the betterment of the people. So I think who you help, he is just like a Puritan to say that, look, the whole of everything is a nonsense. So why are we picking out of all of this nonsense to say this bit is a nonsense when the entirety of everything is a nonsense? But Ovie is speaking to the language that, yes, the subsisting nonsense within this nonsense can be more nonsensical than the other. So it's just, we are all saying the same things, but coming from it at different angles. But as ever, pressure of time and everything. So if I go through the comment section, then I'll come round again and give you chaps the chance to really give us your real thoughts, and then we'll seek to close off. I'm not actually going to take the last story because I'm pushed for time. So we go to what our favor love has to say. Whether a president comes from Yoruba, Igbo, or Middle Belt, nothing will change. Everyone should go their separate way and develop at their own pace. So we always land on that particular comment, and that is really the general consensus of everyone. Abaribe, Peter Obi, and Co. will never get there. Yes, I cannot see either of those names getting there. That's not to say I cannot see an Igbo president, but certainly not either of those two. The problem starts from the primaries at the political parties. The ticket is first given to the best spender, and the corruption and embezzlement start. So you've described it as we all know it. So yes, nobody can disagree with that. So Chike comes in, Peter Obi couldn't have got anything done in Anambra if not the bold made by Governor Chris Ngige. So I think Chris Ngige is the health minister now. So somebody chimes in again. I think it's still Nwosu, Chike Nwosu that is still lauding the prowess of Chris Ngige. Free for Christ. Oh, aha. Only Showore fit say and describe what him fit do. So this name Showore has finally surfaced. This Showore character, I have a lot of thoughts about him. There was a platform that he was on, but I couldn't get on that platform because I wanted to tackle him and nail him down.
You run away because of Showore?
No, he's I think he's in the kitchen. He's in the kitchen doing beats. So this Showore character, I don't even know where he's from because I'm not even sure that he's a Yoruba man. I think he's a Delta, he's a South man. And
no, who you be his friend? Who you be his friend? Now your friend, now your guy.
No, okay. Let me come about Showore.
Okay.
Showore actually, we spoke the same mother tongue, but I don't agree with him, and I will tell you the reason is this. When you come into Nigeria politics scene, there have to be, like every one of us, we know, if you don't have a godfather, you go nowhere. Showore actually during Jonathan regime was the big editor in Nigeria. He broke news every day. Showore broke news every day. Now, after he broke the news and then they removed Jonathan, he celebrate them defeating Jonathan. Now, the people that he worked with, he turned back and buy them. This is the problem. Not because, for example, if he would have withdrawn and doesn't say anything and just keep quiet and go on his own way, they will still probably give him one appointment after probably the second tenure of Buhari, or just show him some road to eat money. But he come back, he cannot even expose their secret one, like the way he exposed during Jonathan regime. Now they arrest him and people are screaming, oh, he has not committed any crime. My brother, like what Ovia said, this is the way they deal things in Nigeria. If you are going...
Just on Showore, before I press on, just on Showore, for me, and this is just my own personal view as well, for me, I put Showore in the same bracket that I put Nnamdi Kanu. I see these people as buccaneers, as businessmen, as people out to make a profit, and people who see opportunity presenting and they are taking advantage of the opportunity. This is how I see people like Showore and Nnamdi Kanu, etc. I don't really see any real deep-seated altruism in these people. So very quick comment of it, then I have to round off the comments, and then I'll come back to you again so that you can give us your closing thoughts. So make it very brief, Ovie, yeah.
As someone who believes in Pan-Africanism and somebody who strongly believes that the large portion of problem of Nigeria is still being controlled by the Western world. The Western world are still very much in grip of the Nigerian state. What people seem to understand about Showore is that Showore salary reporters want $10 million as we speak. That's the first question. That's the first thing you need to look at. Look, where is this money coming from? This money is coming from the international community. It's coming from the likes of Ford Foundation, the Abaribe Foundation. Those are his sponsors. Those are people. It's still the same way that the slave master still wants to come. And so the Showore is just a face of what has been bewitching us all from the days of our slave masters. So those are the people who sponsored him. Those are the people who are pushing him. Because if you look, he was traveling all around the world when he was campaigning. And when the D-Day come, how many Nigerians come and vote for him?
But he got less than 40,000 votes.
So
just Ovie. Yeah, this is something that I want you to particularly mark, because this alarmed me, because of course, like everyone else, I monitored that election. For all of the campaigning that guy did, and nobody campaigned in that election more than Showore. It touched virtually every local government. You see him in the middle of Borno in Warsaw speaking to some Mala in some hamlet trying to campaign. For all of that, this guy got less than 40,000 votes. Can you imagine that?
Showore is wall, and we even say it is working. Is working with the power that be. So all those places is going with cameras and all those things. They have feedback that they are getting from all that. As I said, look at how much Sahara reporters work within the space of 10 years. I'll be waiting in the report. It doesn't take advice from government. He doesn't take advice from government. So where is this money coming from? It's coming from a particular entity who has been bringing into Nigeria's problem from day one. So that's why.
Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. Everybody that has been ruling Nigeria has been supported by one way or the other by the Westerners.
Are you right?
So it's not just Showore. When Buhari is coming in, the Obama regime.
I'm just saying.
Hold on, Ovie. Hold on, Ovie.
Nobody's talking about Yeah, nobody's taking that aspect of Showore. That's why I bring that. Of course,
I agree.
If you don't have that yes syndrome,
hold on.
Generally.
Let him land, because I think he's actually agreeing with your point.
Go on. The general point is this: everyone, when Buhari wanted to come in, the Obama regime sidelined Jonathan. What is he called? Prime Minister. What is his name?
David Cameron.
David Cameron. David Cameron. The sideline. What is it called? Jonathan. They use the European Union against Jonathan. So now, there is one thing I keep telling everybody, that when we are talking about the Westerners, and I'm saying this, it's a shame that we are complaining about the Westerners. Like what you said the other time, that if you are in power, you will not give up the power, because there is element of what you are getting that will not make you to give up the power. My point is this: is it the Westerner that say we should not fix our road or our electricity or our schools? But I think the problem what we are having in Nigeria, and then people say corruption. I don't agree with that, and I will tell you the reason why I don't believe corruption is our biggest problem. Our biggest problem of Africa, the whole of Africa, is greed. The first thing before you can talk of corruption is greed that lead to where we are today in Africa. A greed of wanted to be like you want everybody to loyal to you, and then you want everybody to bow down to you, and then you don't want anybody to rise above you. Yoruba say, if someone puts iron on your head and you don't move your head, he will press you down to the end of the world. So that's what these people are doing.
Don't you think that it's because we the citizen allow them to do that and get away with it?
Okay, let me ask you one thing. The citizen rise up in NSAS. What did they do to the citizen?
AK-47.
They go out after them, and we give up. And we give up.
No. Let me come to you. You are in Europe. You should go back there. You are in America. If you go there, if they shot you one time, your mother or your father will not allow you to go and protest again.
All this thing you are saying is a fact and reality. But it is not something out of the ordinary. It's not something that we have not seen before. It will continue to happen. As I said, you are coming to take away the food from their table. Guy, these people, as I said, they are able to do and undo, of course, because we allowed it. I understand what you mean with they are ready to kill. They are ready to kill. So until we are ready to die, it will not stop.
Ovie, I'll just make this comment, because what you are saying is understood. But
let me bring this point. We don't have there's another way to go after these men. As I said, there's a correlation between electability and campaign money. We need to identify people who sponsor these people financially, the corporations, the companies.
You are still saying the same thing. Hold on, Ovie. You have all these laudable ideas, and you're saying go after them, and we have to really move en masse to break their back, which is essentially what you're saying. And I don't think anybody is of a contrary opinion to that. But where it starts to fall apart is how it actually works. Because we say often on these interactions that we are at that stage now where we're carrying placards all over the place, and talking about a metaphoric placard. Hold on. I'm going to put you on mute, because I'm talking about a metaphoric placard, because even this conversation that we're having now is still placard carrying. we're just still chanting, we no go agree, we no go agree. But we are at that stage of just chanting now. But what happens next is the question. So this is really where the question is. So it is very easy to say we have to do this and we have to do that. And there's nothing that you're saying that we have to do that anybody either disagrees with or anybody is not aware of. But how does that take effect is the question. And the question that, the question that who you help put to you is the salient question that if you as an individual from the United States in the comforts of your home, you are chanting all this revolutionary chant, it will have more resonance if you are on the streets of Lagos or Abuja doing exactly the same thing. And then when you get the repercussions of that and you still carry on, then it might well resonate even more. So that is the point. So nobody is disagreeing that we have to be a bit more fervent. Respond to that, and then I'll go to the comment section.
How do we go about it? I think there's this aspect of the game that the old men are playing better than us, which is long time. This character that keep coming up every day. They've been in this game for 30, 40, 50 years. So, and let's go to South Africa and look at an example. Julius Malema. Julius Malema. If you look at his movement, started way long ago. Today, they are in the house. It's just a matter of time before they become the majority of the house. And from there, president will spring up. Remember, it started from somewhere. It's a movement that beats time. And that's the approach that we Nigerians need to do, especially we young Nigerians. We have to play that waiting game. We have to mark space for ourselves. Within the next 10 years, within the next 20 years, this is what we want, and this is what we're going to go about it. It's a gradual process. Endstand is one that it was great, the organizing and everything was great. And they came after also hard, we take a step back. But I don't believe that is the end of NSAS. We are going somewhere. It's a matter of time until we get. That's why I say we should go after them but start getting involved politically, but start getting our people that things are like, people that have the same vision with us into the process of, politics.
Okay.
So
all right.
It's a long-time game. We should start playing. We should start playing a long-time game like Julius Malema of South Africa doing right
yes.
now.
Ovie, I'll ask you to put yourself on mute again because I'm now looking to start rounding off. So I'm going to go through the comments and then I'll come back to you, and then you give us your closing thoughts, and whoever else is still on the panel, I'll come back to them. So we go to Chinua. Chinua Achabe is this person now. So nearly that famous name. You don't see that. Make you sectional. Let Biafra go and have your Nigeria to be comfortable. So I think we get broadly what he's saying. Biafra now is effectively that. So this is a T. Oinjan. El Rufai is a Fulani. We don't need any Fulani government anymore. So that is in response to Malam El Rufai's name being brought forward as a possible candidate. Same guy still carries on. Tinubu is a thief. Nigerians don't need him. Free for Christ. But why is it that Yorubas easily combine with Fulanis and not Igbos? I just perused back and can't find any collaboration of the two. Well, I'm not quite sure. We just leave that hanging out there. This is directed at you personally, Ovie. If this Ovie of a person comes here because he lives in the States, as he said, I cannot see any sense from him. Well, there's a lot of sense in what Ovie says. So if you don't see the sense in it, then maybe you should reflect more. Book of Rebellion. Yeah.
I'll respond to that if you want me or later.
Okay, yes, when you do your summaries. Yes, Book of Rebellion, Lagos has only ever been a potential to be a Singapore for 60 years. It is impossible a task with the current misrule in Nigeria. Yes, Lagos could be a lot better. I think somebody actually, it might well have been, who was the other person? Stephen. It might well have been Stephen that said that. Chike comes in, Ovie, you don't, they're really coming for you, Ovie. Ovie, you don't see Igbo man being Nigerian president anytime soon. I bet you'll be ready for her disintegration. So they're really coming for you, my brother. Sonny comes in. I am very shameful of you guys. So fair enough, and that's a pity, but you've not really said why. So maybe come back and explain exactly why. Book of Rebellion, the scam military decree 24, masking as the so-called constitution, has been binned first else. So we get pretty much the gist of that. Sonny, I am out of here. You guys, day west world, enjoy everything. So, well, you know, at least thank you for your visit. Jacob comes in. I am just disappointed with the level of intellectual conversation. So don't be disappointed. Click on the hyperlink and set us to right. So we are voicing our opinions, and the platform is open for you to voice yours. So if you think that we are misguided or misdirected or even unintelligent, then you can come on board and give some sense to it. Book of Rebellion, Ovie, they are really coming for you. Ovie seems to endorse violence to acquire power any which way. So that is what he is making of your commentary. Chinua, it does not matter, we need Biafra. So yes, that is a recurring theme. Pascal, to be fair on your analysis, Mr. Presenter, the Ovie guy is comparing Nigeria politics with that of America. Very wrong. He is in very wrong. He is in Nigeria president. He doesn't. What he's saying essentially is that the Nigerian, you can see it on your screen, but the Nigerian president is chosen, not elected. You see, I'll let you come back, but let me just round it off. Son of Adam, nowhere president is chosen. So that is that is in response to the previous comment, but I'm not quite sure what that response is. Son of Adams, politics is a game. It never works as good person get killed or give him problems till he dies. So I think we get the gist of that. Jacob is shocking how this Ovie guy reasons. Ovie, they are surrounding you with AK-47, the people in the comment section. Son of Adam, yeah. Son of Adam, same with the ones who lose, / that's why the world is a mess. So I do just try and cover everybody, because if they, let me just see if we get any more potent. Oh, okay. If Anene, if you are female, then please click on that hyperlink again. In all of the times that we have been doing these sessions, we have not yet had a female person come on stream. So we are looking forward to hearing a female voice just for the balance. Sally would have you have it that Obasanjo is deadly. Sally, I totally disagree with Chinua Achebe. Yoruba love Tinubu. Well, I'm not, if you point to the Yoruba man, because I don't know a Yoruba person that loves Tinubu. Son of Adams, Jacob, what's wrong with Ovie? Ovie, anyway, you are reading the comments too, so you can see it. They are all, you seem to have judged people's senses. My brother John, my brother IBP and OBJ are the big fools, etc. Son of Africa, son of Adam, Africa is an experiment, nothing. So I'll just keep through the people that I've read already, because there are that many comments. So this is Kenneth. He just responds with an emoji. So I'm just skimming through. There are plenty of comments, but I'm just going to the ones that I've not yet read, just for reasons of time. This is Jennifer. Is there anything wrong in dividing this country called Nigeria now? These Yoruba people are here and there. It's like you people don't know what you want. Well, I'm not quite sure if you've been hearing the echoes of chants for Oduduwa Republic, but I think that is clear enough. Jacob, one man, you are wrong on Showore and Kanu. Well, you know, that is my opinion, and that is yours, and that is the beauty of it. Chris comes in, quite unfortunately, that we thought this process every time talking about issues of irrelevance. The reality is that when great guys like all of you come to debate, please be real, Mr. Presenter. So I'm not quite so. You get this sort of comments when it doesn't exactly align with somebody's political view. So if it doesn't align with your political view, then it is our views. Then you can come on stream and express yours too. Rosalind, greetings. Rosalind, you are late. John Christian, Sunday, you guys are a big 419. So Sunday, your brother is a big 419. Okay, so I'm not quite sure who Sunday is. So let me just Edith Monday, our Mumu too much, Western world are in control. So let's go. Abila Dauda, then let you guys tell Nigerians who good to rule Nigeria in good way if Showore is also like the past leaders. So that is clearly one of Showore's people. Kalu, please, you don't compare Nnamdi Kanu with Showore. Your Nigeria is a scam. So that is from the IPOD quarters. Ahibe, even the younger generation are not helping matters. They are still playing the same card with the old generation. So I'm going to take one last comment because we've not heard from this person. GAVF Nigeria, please, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never be joined with these corrupt people and cannot be president of another zoo called Nigeria. So that is just the cotton thrust of it. We seem to, Ovie, what are you making of it? You've been mentioned severally, so now your chance to reply. Off you go.
I think, first of all, there's a guy that said, this guy that live in the state and comparing Nigeria. It's as if I don't have the good grasp of what is happening in Nigeria. First of all, other than the fact I was born in Nigeria, I don't represent Nigeria as a track and field athlete for straight 10 years. Win medals for Nigeria. Other than that, I have a family who still currently live in Nigeria. But above it all, I have a business in Nigeria which pay tax to the Nigerian state. So I have every right to talk about the Nigerian state. I have every right as much as you, if not more, because I said I pay tax in Nigeria. Two, it's not that I'm comparing Nigerian politics to American politics, but when it comes to presidency, nowhere in the world a president is being elected. A president is being selected. They selected one or two people and present them to the citizens to vote. So at that point, just like when you are asking me, you say if I should choose to become Nigeria president, I could not answer it because all these names what would they call? If they give me the sole power, I would choose them. But it's beyond that. There's more that need to be on the table before you say, oh, president. They will choose. There's people who sit down and choose, say, okay, at the end of the day, either person we voted for, they is still on their own side. So they choose a president and present it to. Even here in America, if you ask an average American, say, make you choose president, I promise you, nobody will call Biden, Obama, and none. But again, the system, the power that be, selected these people as well. Yeah, go buy.
But that's the nature of politics, though, isn't
exactly.
it? What you're saying?
Yes.
But that doesn't stop people from because even in America, there are several names that people want as a better option than Biden or Trump. But then, of course, the heavyweight politics, the heavyweight political parties is always going to be a choice. And that repeats, in the United Kingdom, they will only ever either have a conservative prime minister or a Labour prime minister. In the United States, they will only ever have a Democrat or a Republican as a president. That's not to say that other names are not out there that have been discussed. And that is really what we're asking to suggest. Other names, irrespective of their chances of ever becoming president, who would present as a better candidate, and we're asking for that name of Igbo extraction because that is the same.
A little bit on Magalu. I think Magalu, to me, even though he was a product of the elite, because I think he made a mistake by letting that momentum go after the election. He would have still just stick with that momentum he got, the followership he got, and expand it even within the Igbo community. Go down to the grassroots, keep speaking to them from that day on to this point. He would have still been very much on ground because. Like it or hate him, Buhari, one thing Buhari has is still those people at the core ground who would die from at any time. If Magalu have just stood to that momentum and drive it to this point, I think would have been the front of discussion. Now it's not. I think Peter Obi is still.
Just on that Kingsley Magalu things. Just two things. the one thing, Kingsley Moghalu has actually come off the back of that 2019 election. He has actually come out in the public space that he has retired from politics. That's one. The second thing is Kingsley Moghalu is very loath to be described as an Igbo candidate or an Igbo person, a politician, as does Sowore. Sowore is very loath to be described as a Yoruba politician because they see themselves as a Nigerian politician, and that is really what I was trying to call on with the Abaribe thing that I was saying, because when you say Abaribe, he speaks to Igbo, but Moghalu, he especially and goes out of his way to present as Nigerian and not Igbo, as does Sowore. So carry on.
Yeah, but that's to me a political stand. You still have to have a political base, the primary base, people that will be there for you. If you say Sowore and Moghalu present them as Nigerian, which sector of Nigerian are we talking about? Are you talking about the youth? If you are talking about the youth, I mean, I don't see them.
It's talking about the totality.
Talking about it, of course, youth,
old, Igbo, Hausa, everybody, just under that one banner, Nigeria.
You still have to, just like saying you are a jack of all trades, master of none. You still have to have a
no.
You still have a community.
No, that is what
a community.
No, but that community is Nigeria. That is the language that they are trying to speak. Do you understand that Nigeria as a singular entity? That is the language they are trying to speak.
That is like I said, it's very easy to come out and verbally say, but proactively, what are you doing? If you say it's totally of Nigeria, Sowore movements, can it be felt in Lagos as well in Borno State?
It was felt. It
was felt on social media. We are not in Samba world.
No, because it traveled the country, as I'm sure you saw, and it was presenting from all of these far-flung places, and it had, even if it's the one or two persons that were willing to follow his presentations. So he does have a nationalistic feel, and out of all of the people, he campaigns the length and breadth of our country.
How many votes did he get from each of the 36 states?
He got less than 40,000 in total.
On each state now, not totally, but on each state. How many did he get vote in Edo State, in Borno State, in Castina, and all? Did he get vote in all these places? Because I'm saying
you have to understand.
Constituency?
His constituency were mainly students. So and students, they don't tend to at the first instance think along tribal lines. It's only when they start to evolve in life that they become tribal. It's a bit like when you say it's a bit like when you see two babies playing in the pen, the black, white, Indian, they're all converged together. It's only when they start to grow up, then they begin to note their racial differences. So that's really the point.
You only assemble these people at that point, and after the whole race, they all left. Sowore lost the race. Instead of him to sit down and say, okay, I get 40,000. How do I make this 40,000 to 80,000 within the next 1 year? Not even the next 4 years. Within the year, by this time next year, I'm going to get 80 million. How is it? But instead,
people are agreeing with you. People are agreeing with you, by the way.
They say revolution. Guy, Nigerians are not stupid. You can't lose an election and not say revelation. Where are you? So they lost, as I say, I keep using Julius Belama of South Africa. He stuck to his people and he's still there, and they're moving in great. It's a time. These guys are still young, let's face it. So they have time to just keep your people together. If you have 10 followers today, your goal should be, how do I keep these 10 followers for the next 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 2 years? But these guys lost the students we are talking about. If Sowore come out today and start going from campus to campus, will he still have that momentum? No. So that's
but it still does, though. It still does. It still has a following, Sowore.
It follow on internet. That's what I'm saying. Forget online internet.
No. What you keep saying on internet? What is on internet? Is it robots or people? Is it not people that are still on this thing? Is the internet not the world?
For you, it could be. Now let's say on internet. The show will have 1 million followers on internet. Now 900 of them could be Chinese, as far as I'm concerned.
No, but that is the next. That is the next task.
So to translate. That's what we are talking about here. Does he have that grip on ground as much as he has on the internet? We are going into cyber world yet, but we are not there yet. The cyber world has to, the economy of the cyber world has to even prevail before the politics comes in. So as far as we are concerned, we are in Nigeria, we are still very much backward. So we still, for you to actually succeed politically, you have to be there manually. Practically, you have to be on ground. Your impact has to be felt. Yes, he traveled to all these states and nooks and crannies of Nigeria. What is his imprint while he was there and after he left? So that's the followership we are talking about. I keep challenging Nigerians.
No, but what you are saying, hold on, Ovie. What you are saying is actually contradicting itself. If you are saying that this guy has traveled the length and breadth of the country, and you are asking what, hold on, and you are saying what impact has he had? If he has traveled the length and breadth of the country, he would have left footprints in all of those spaces that he traveled to. So he would have garnered some followership. And if you are saying that his movement is essentially cyber-based, a lot of our people, the world now is essentially cyber-based. Hold on. And all of these people, you are saying they are not boots on the ground and they are not votes that are manifesting in the ballot. But then, of course, that is the next transition from gathering them on that cyberspace to activating them to actual voting forces. So this is the thing, but he has that follower. Hold on, he has that followership mainly based online and essentially amongst young people. So the next task is to trigger that following to manifest as votes. So that is the thing, but that followership is there and they are on the internet and they are real people. So whether they're on the internet or not and they're not going to the ballot or not, he has them as a gathering, and that is the point.
Okay. When was the last time Showore went around and campaigned again after the last 4 years?
Well, there's no election, so why should he be campaigning?
That's the problem. That is what we are talking about. That's what we are talking about. You visited me today.
Who is campaigning now? Who is campaigning now? Who is campaigning now? Who is campaigning now?
This man traveled. What do you mean who is campaigning now? Tinubu is everywhere.
No, look, Tinubu is vying for the presidency in 2023. Showore has not indicated. Hold on.
Yes.
Showore has not indicated that.
Yes. Does that mean he's not going to indicate in the future? If I'm going to become president of Nigeria in the next 50 years, I am going to start my graduate mobilization now, regardless of if I'm competing.
Yeah, but
so that is what we are missing in the Nigerian
context. No. I think you may well be missing the point, or maybe I am missing the point, but certainly one of us is missing the point. For me, what Showore is doing is beyond just and by the way, I've already said that I'm not a Showore fan. I just think he's just an attention seeker. So I'm no way his fan any more than I'm a Kanu fan. But for me, what he is doing is more than everything else, is trying to do like a sensitization process amongst the Nigerian persons to say that, look, these things are your rights and these are the things that you are entitled to, and you should find ways to demand it as a right. Hold on. And he's actually, because still they picked him up, was it 2 weeks ago or something, that they gave him a good beating. So he is still on the ground fighting that fight, and that fight might not necessarily be him occupying the space in Aso Rock, the seat in Aso Rock, but that fight is to recalibrate the mindset, especially amongst the young people, to be more demanding of the system and to assert more their power as citizens of the country. So it's beyond just campaigning for election, and I'm not really sure he has indicated that he still wants to run for presidency. But hold on, it looks as though Jennifer agrees with you, by the way. She's saying Ovie is very correct about this, but then she said that a while ago. So you carry on, yeah.
I'm talking about Showore as a presidential ex-presidential candidate, or I still want to connect with him. I'm talking about him as that person. Now, we are talking about solution here. How do we get ourselves, whether the young people or different mindset, into power? It has to do with, it's a long time game. Showore campaign for all, like the Showore we're talking about, Magalu and the rest, came out all out 2020, the last election, and gather a lot of people, get a lot of momentum, a lot of followership. But after they lost the election, they all sit back. You don't have the money to keep coming out every 4 years to mobilize people. You don't have it. To become a president of Nigeria, the first thing that have to come to place, money. money. You don't have to have this money personally, but ability for you to reach out to the people who can support you. This is what we are talking about. So if you don't have that, how long can you stay with your people? So if you say Atiku as a person come out every 4 years, that is because he has billions to throw around. You that don't have that billions, you want to get a little bit of momentum, a little bit of followership like they already did, and stay with them. Stay with them itself. Don't forget, even in America, that is.
But he is still with them. Is he not? Are you saying he's not with them anymore?
That's why I said. When was the last time?
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Okay. Is Sowore still interacting with his followership by your reckoning? Yeah.
Online?
Yes or no?
Online?
Well, you've already said they are online people. So where else would it be?
He's doing it in a different. I mean, I don't know if he's a presidential candidate.
No. Is he? No. That wasn't the question. Is Sowore, because I'm sure you watch the media as well.
Yeah,
is Sowore? Is he still interacting with these people?
Oh, pretty much. Yes, he does.
Well, there you go. Then that answers your question.
No, but that's what I'm saying. When it comes to the Nigerian presidential stuff, the online doesn't count at this moment. You can have everybody in the online community to follow you. Will that give you the needed vote to become president? It was online.
It was online that made Goodluck Jonathan president. It was online that made Obama president.
Oh, now you want to go there. What platform are these people riding on? They are
the Goodluck Jonathan's campaign was essentially done online. Obama's campaign was essentially done online.
He has a platform that already on ground that are doing the dirty job for him. Obama, the same thing. Obama has the Democrat Party under him.
I think we're digressing anyway.
Exactly.
Either of us is either not getting each other's point, or we're making the same points but not paying attention to each other. But what I will invite is that you give us your closing thoughts, because we've hit the 2-hour mark and I'm seeking to round out. So give us your closing thoughts. And I've enjoyed you coming on, so I hope you come on again, because you've made this session interesting. So please always mark it in your calendar, 10:45 UK time, and then no, not 10:45 UK time, 1:45 UK time, and then 10:30 UK time. So twice a day. I'm doing for the whole of this month. So give us your closing thoughts and try and land it on the central theme which we started with, which is of course an Igbo presidency. How likely is it, and who do you think the runners and riders are? So just briefly sum it up for us, like your takeaway point.
All right. Thank you for what you are doing anyway. I've been a fan since your audio days, you know. Igbo presidency, in reality, when it comes to Nigerian as it is now under this constitution, is not feasible. Somebody said it's dead on arrival. Totally agree with that person. It's not something that is going to happen anytime soon. Reason mainly based on the way they are going about, the game. As I said, it's a game, even though it's a game of life and death. The way they are running, the way they are going about it, it strikes me as people who just want to settle to be, in fact, they're claiming to be a deputy president, not even the main president. But they are not reaching far enough. They are not compromising enough. They are not putting their house in order. As you say, all this character that you put on screen, none of them can lay claim to 60% of the Igbo youth in our region. So if you can't have a grasp of that you want to appeal to other aspects of Nigeria, if you come to me, the first thing I ask you, you want me to support you financially or whatever, what is the probability that you are going to get your people to come on the table or other section of the country? We're around 6 geopolitical zone. If you don't have 4 of those 6 geopolitical zones in your pocket, forget about being the president of that country.
Oh, okay. Thank you, V. It's been very engaging, and I'm glad that you have your views and you hold them so fervently, because there's nothing that makes these sessions more than when you have a view that either contradicts yours or it doesn't quite take yours on wholeheartedly, so then we can evolve the arguments to then evolve a different position. So thank you for the contribution, and we look forward to seeing you again. So that's been Ovie. He's very fixed in his views, as a lot of it I agree with, a lot of it I disagree with, but then of course that is the whole point of the session. Divergent views are being expressed, by people who hold them fervently. So we'll just round off with the comments, and then we'll seek to round off the session. So Jennifer says that she agrees with Ovie, although she did not expand on exactly what he said that she agrees with, but nevertheless she agrees with Ovie. So Jennifer still continues. SARS and Showore got into an issue on grounds. So I'm not quite sure. Oh yes, well, that's her comment anyway. So how many Nigerians are online? Few. Is a son of Adam. Wolf Winkle comes in. This guy is funny. How can someone be campaigning outside campaigning season? So I think that is in response to Ovie's point. But Ovie was saying that what association and interaction is Showore still having with his base, even in the close season of election, to keep them on board with his message? That is just me trying to paraphrase what he said. He's not here now, but hopefully he'll come back at some point in the future and expand more on his thoughts. Son of Adams, they will kill him if he is a threat. So I don't know who is claiming that they will kill. Let me just see if there's any new comments now. Okay, so we just seek to round it off there because the session has exceeded the 2-hour mark. But then the opening question was, of course, our 2023 election being ceded to the Igbos. 1, is that a possibility? And 2, if it is possible, who are the runners and riders? Who are the marquee names amongst the Igbo ethnic grouping that would be put forward as a possible candidate for the Nigerian presidency? The names that we've conjured with today are names like Peter Orji Kalu. Some people, quite a lot of people, brought in the name of Senator Abaribe. We had a bit of a laugh considering somebody like Okorocha, but we could not really land on a heavyweight that really would shake the grounds in terms of our Nigerian political space. And Ovie mentioned people like Tinubu, saying that somebody of that sagaciousness is somebody that has to evolve out of the Igbo mix to be taken really seriously or to have a real chance at having a go at the Nigerian presidency. So that has been the conversation, but this is just the opener for the conversation. You know the routine. The conversation usually takes place in the comment section in this channel, on this channel. So this video now will be still on the platform, so you can continue to engage with the conversation. And I, of course, will come and join you in the comment section to continue to evolve the conversation. But I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section. But here, I say, peace.